welcome back to another little meditation practice together on Fridays at noon, or anytime you want to look up one of these on the library and use it for yourself, feel free to do that. I want to start today's practice with a little bit of a chat about how to create a meditative space. So just in being proactive about setting up a space and a bit of an environment that will help you and encourage you to practice a type of meditation, it can go a long way. And these are going to be things that you've probably heard before, but I think sometimes it helps us to hear them over and over, and maybe at a different time or in a different day, it will click with you in a way that it hasn't before. Or maybe you're in a different location than the last time you heard this suggestion. It's always good to hear these things and know that there are options that can help us create a space that can help us to slow down and help us to reconnect with ourselves and help us to appreciate the really beautiful things and the simple things that we all have on the inside of us. All right, so let's talk about first your external environment. So how can you set up externally around you a place that will kind of support your meditative practice or your meditative quality of being? If you're inside a space, inside your house or inside your business, your work, if you can put some items such as maybe a chair that works for you in sitting, or a soft blanket on the floor, a yoga mat, so that you actually have an object in a location that is visual and it stays visual. So you don't put it away when you're done, but it's something that can actually sit there, and when you walk into that space, you see it. So it's a visual reminder that's inviting. So make it something that's appealing to you. And if you could, also add in things that speak to you, such as a candle or a plant, or even a Bluetooth speaker if music really helps you to come and settle down into that place. Or maybe it's all of the above. For me, I love all of those things. So make that place that can build the consistency of your practice appealing to you in your own unique ways. And ideally, it's a space where you really can kind of close off the external noise and be by yourself and be in quietness, because those are all things that will really kind of sustain us in that practice. If you want to talk about this external environment in places outside of a space, so using nature and hooking it to an activity that you do on a regular basis. Maybe it's every time you leave your house, you carve in maybe 5 minutes addition. And that 5 minutes of walking outside and into nature, that 5 minutes is just spent in breathing and relaxing your body, and maybe taking a little stroll around your garden or around your neighborhood. Okay? If you have the practice of walking a dog, you already have that time slot built into your routine. You could use that built-in routine to go on a meditative kind of walk where you slow down your pace, you use your 5 senses of smelling and watching and listening to what's happening in nature, and slow down that mental process. Using movement to hook into that meditative practice can really be a help to you. And often I find that can be much more appealing to people than trying to sit still. So you can try both of those. Maybe both are, work in different ways for you and help you in different ways. I like both. but play with those and see what works best for you uniquely. All right, so that's talking about your external environment. Now let's talk about your internal environment. And this is, I think, just as important, if not far more important, because the attitude with which we approach our meditation practice is huge, okay? If we come with a really helpful attitude, it's definitely going to help with our consistency and help with our enjoyment. And yes, you can enjoy a meditative practice. And maybe it's that tweaking and that adjustment of the attitude that you've been using towards it that is what really you need to look at and address. And that's why meditation has always been such misery for you, if it has been. Okay, so first of all, coming towards a meditation practice or a meditative space with the reminder that you are valuable, that you are worth the time of slowing down, shutting down the external noise, and giving yourself the gift of time and space. And you do not have to be producing something or achieving a certain goal of busyness in order to be valuable. And I cannot say that with enough emphasis. You slowing down and taking care of yourself is key to you being a person. You cannot go out and achieve all that you want to achieve in the quality with which you're expecting of yourself without taking care of yourself. So put self-care at the top of your list instead of the bottom, which you rarely get to if that's where it's sitting, okay? So self-care, self-wellness, top priority because you are top priority. And then secondly, in creating that internal attitude as you approach your space and your time is let go of expectations. Whether you're going to come to this practice for 1 minute or 5 minutes, or maybe you've been doing this and you come to it for 20 minutes every day. Whatever it is, whatever your routine is, at any given time, start it with a clean slate. No expectation, no goal, other than this is your time, period. And use your breath, use your senses simply to draw your attention to this. No expectation, no performance, no grade, no evaluation during it or at the end of it. And if you can come to that and return to it, if you notice yourself starting to evaluate, how am I doing? Just return to that attitude of, I'm worth this time of non-doing and of simply being. All right? And that's the practice. That's all there is to it. Okay? So if you want a full practice of kind of our normal Friday noon meditation, there are several of these on the Facebook library and on my YouTube page. This, I really wanted to just chat with you about some helpful things for us to think about and to encourage you that this kind of slowing down and breathing and stillness and quietness is invaluable. So please don't miss out on what we all need. It's so beneficial. So just to demonstrate even a brief 1 minute meditation practice, this even 1 minute is valuable. And you can take a 1 minute anytime during your day, or you can lengthen it and carve in 5 minutes once a day. No matter what it is, don't compete, don't judge, just put a little bit somewhere and know that that's helping yourself. So let's do a 1 minute gentle, simple meditation together, wherever you are. Relax your body and get into a comfortable position. You can sit, you can stand, you can lie down. And just notice your breath. Something as simple as paying attention to your inhale and your exhale. Noticing the inside of yourself, just as it is. Letting all the noise outside of yourself come to a rest. Gently starting to deepen and lengthen your breath just a little bit. And relax on the exhale. And gentle breath in. And easy breath out. And breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Relax as you breathe out. 2 more cycles. Nice breath in. And out. And once more, all together in. And out. Good. So just that simple. Just that easy, just that short. I don't know if that was around a minute. I sometimes just get relaxed and you forget about time. That's ideal, right? When you can go into a space and you're like, I don't care what time it is. This feels good. So when you have a carved out environment, both externally and internally, and you set yourself up for something to enjoy, something that's real and something that's rich for your own person and your own being, and you forget about time, that's rich living right there. And then we take that kind of richness and support and wealth of health right back into the rest of our day. All right, thanks for joining the chat today, and I'll see you next Friday at noon for another simple meditation. Peace, y'all.